Hi friends and welcome. My name is Janine and thank you for joining me here today. Today's practice is all about being able to open up a wider lens or see the bigger picture or gain a bigger or wider perspective. So you may have heard the saying, put yourself in someone else's shoes. So this is literally what I mean, being able to see someone else's point of view or perspective other than just our own. So this theme is inspired by Garuda, and Garuda is, in Sanskrit, eagle. And I'm sure you've practiced or heard of eagle pose before, but just a little backstory on Garuda. In Hindu mythology, Garuda serves the deity Lord Vishnu. And Garuda symbolizes strength, focus, and being able to rise above obstacles. So that's what this practice is all about. It's being able to rise above our struggles, being able to see clearly from a higher perspective. So this will be a dynamic flow. We'll get into some balancing poses, and of course we'll get into Garuda asana. But we'll get our bodies moving, we'll warm ourselves up a little bit, and throughout this practice, I just encourage you to code it in that openness of being able to see more than maybe your own thoughts and your own belief systems, so that when we move through life and our challenges and we're in a state of conflict, perhaps with a friend or something that's happening, we can step back from just what we believe to be true or what we believe to be right and open ourselves up to be able to see more clearly maybe another person's point of view or the bigger picture, if you will. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start just as you are in a seat, so cross-legged Sukhasana. And we'll just start with some seated cat and cow. So bring your hands onto your knees, and we'll use that to pull our chest forward on your inhale. And then on your exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. So move like this a few times. Inhale to open up the chest. Maybe your gaze looks up. And exhale to round, pushing yourself away, rounding your spine. Inhale forward. Exhale to round. So just waking up the spine here, feeling into those little muscles all along the spine. Last one. Inhale forward. And exhale back. As you inhale, come back to center. Let's just begin to walk ourselves forward into a seated forward fold. So walking your hands out in front of you, maybe dropping your chin down, your head down towards the earth, and just swaying side to side here. Just feeling into a little stretch on the side body, pushing into your sit bones. And you can begin to walk yourself over to the left-hand side. So you're draping your chest over your left leg and then folding here, taking a round of breath. And you can go ahead and walk yourself back to center, and we'll move over to our right-hand side, draping your chest over your right leg, folding down. Breathing in, coming back to center, and you can walk your hands back up towards you, and we'll roll over onto our hands and knees, tabletop pose. From here, just a little cat and cow to get our spine warmed up a little bit more. So inhale as you drop your belly, lift your gaze, and exhale to round. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale as you lift up, and exhale to round. Inhale to a neutral spine. Let's get into a little variation of cat and cow. So bring your forearms down onto the mat, keeping your hips just as they are. We're going to do our cat and cow from here. So inhale, really open up the chest. You're not going to see a huge difference here. As you exhale, begin to round, push your elbows and your forearms into the mat. Inhale as you open up, drop your belly. Exhale to round. So you'll notice that this movement comes a little bit more from the mid back. So you're not getting a whole ton of a difference in the lower back in the same way that we do when we're on our hands and knees. So just a little variation here, but just notice what you notice. 2 more wherever you are. Pushing into the tops of the feet, pushing into your hands equally. Follow your breath. And once you've completed your last round, you can go ahead and push yourself back up onto your hands and knees. From here, just planting firmly into both hands, go ahead and hug your right knee in towards your elbow. From here, we're going to open it up towards the side and then bring it back. So we're creating these circles. So doing that a few times. Inhale as you come forward. Exhale as you round. Twice more, creating these nice circles. Starting to warm up the hips. I think sometimes these can be called little fire hydrants. All right, as you come into your last round, as you open up your knee, you're going to cross it behind your left knee and then go ahead and sink your hips back onto your heels as you walk your hands forward, dropping your head down. So pull the ground away from you with your hands here, as if maybe someone's like pulling on your hands, so you have this traction. And then try to really be heavy in the hips here. So you're getting into a bit of a stretch through all of the sides of your arms and the shoulders and into that outer hip. On the right hand side is where I feel it. So notice where you do. On your next inhale, go ahead and round yourself forward, untwisting, coming back to your tabletop. Just run round of cat and cow here. Drop the belly, lift your gaze. Inhale, exhale to round. Coming back to a neutral spine, we'll get into our second side. So bring your left knee in towards your elbow and then push it out towards the side, rounding it around into a circle. Breathing deeply. Breathing steady. 2 more rounds. And as you open up your leg, this time cross it back behind your right so you can sink your hips down onto your heels, walking your hands forward. So you're almost in these like Gomukhasana legs, but you're not quite opening up your legs as far as that. So pulling your hands away from you, let your head be heavy, drop it down. It's not going to touch the mat here. Couple rounds of breath. As you inhale, go ahead and roll yourself back forward onto your hands and knees, untwisting. And 1 more round of that cat and cow. Drop your belly, lift your gaze. Inhale here, exhale to round. Coming to a neutral spine, just bring your hands 1 inch farther away from you. Tuck your toes and we'll push ourselves up into our first downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out the feet here, dropping 1 heel at a time. Really push the ground away from you with your hands, creating a nice long line from your hands up towards your hips. You can bend into your knees as much as you need to here. Nice big full body stretch. And when you're ready, go ahead and look to the top of the mat and we're going to slowly walk ourselves up, coming into your forward fold. So just taking a few breaths here to feel into the back line, grabbing on to opposite elbows if that feels good, to just sway side to side. And releasing your elbows if you're holding them. We'll just slowly roll ourselves up to standing. So we're at the top of the mat. Your head is last to come up. Roll your shoulders up towards the ear. Shine your palms forward. Firmly placing into each foot here so you're nice and stable. Taking a full round of breath. And let's inhale our hands up towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale to heart center. So have a little buoyancy in your knees here. We're going to come into some standing cactus cat and cows. So open up your hands into a cactus shape, squeeze your elbows on your inhale, bending your knees here again like you're nice and bouncy, and exhale as you round your spine. You're going to bring your elbows and your forearms together as you drop your head towards your biceps. So moving like this, inhale as you open up, really look up to the sky, open your chest, exhale to round, bringing your forearms together, tucking your chin. Couple more like that. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. This time as you open, coming into a big T, and exhale as you dive forward, coming into your forward fold. We'll inhale into a halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins, flat back. Exhale to fold, plant your hands, step it back, plank pose. One full round of breath here. On your next exhale, go ahead and drop your knees, tuck your elbows towards you, and lower yourself to your mat. Inhale into a cobra, lift your chest, a mini back bend. Exhale to lower. So staying here, we're going to do that a couple times. So moving with your breath as you inhale, coming into your baby cobra, and exhale to lower. So doing that 3 times, following your breath, pushing into the tops of the feet, the pubic bone here, maybe even hovering your hands here so you're not putting too much weight into those. Last one. And you can go ahead and tuck your toes, pushing yourself up and back into your downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Looking between your hands, we're going to step it forward with our right foot, coming into a low lunge, dropping your left knee towards the earth. Bring your hands onto your knees here as you lift yourself up, open chest. Taking a breath. And go ahead and open your hands up into a big T. We're going to cross our right arm under our left, crossing at the elbows. Go ahead and bend your elbows, bringing the backs of your forearms together. So we're coming into our Garuda arms. Maybe you bind here or you cross your hands so both of your palms are facing each other. You're going to lift your elbows up high so they're in line with your shoulders, and then push your forearms away from you. So you can probably feel that big stretch throughout your shoulder blades. So maybe stay here, or if you would like to flow, we can inhale as we lift our elbows to the sky, and exhale as we bring them down towards our chest. Little cat and cow-like shape here with Garuda arms. So flowing like this, following your breath a few times, or staying still. Last one. Then come back to neutral. Let's uncross those hands, big T, and then place your hands to frame your foot. Go ahead, extend that right leg so you're coming into your half splits. Keep your chest nice and open here, flat back, flexing into that front foot. Take a couple rounds of breath here, just feeling into your hamstring. And go ahead and roll yourself back forward, plant your hands, pick up that back knee, and step it back into your plank pose. Go ahead and lower your knees down, lower your chest to the mat. From here, untuck your toes, slide your elbows forward. We're coming into Sphinx pose. So go ahead and push into your elbows, open up the chest. So if you're shining your heart forward, taking a breath here. Gaze is steady, straight out. Breath is steady. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release, bringing your hands back underneath your shoulders so you can push yourself up and back into your downward facing dog. Walk it out here for just a moment. And when you're ready, looking forward, we're gonna step our left foot to the top of the mat in between our hands. Lower your back knee, low lunge. Bring your hands onto your knee here. Open up the chest. Taking a breath here, feeling into this side. And when you're ready, opening up your hands into that big T, we're gonna cross our left arm underneath our right this time, bending at the elbows, coming into your eagle arm. So whatever variation works good for you with your hands here, but lift up your elbows so they're right in line with your shoulders, and then push those forearms away from you. So staying here, or perhaps moving. So inhale as you lift your elbows to the sky, gaze looks up, and exhale as you round, bringing your elbows towards your chest. So a few times like that. Let your breath be what ignites your movement. So steady balance here with our bound arms. One more if you are moving. And coming back to neutral, let's uncross, big T, open your chest wide like you have spread big wings like an eagle. And exhale as you bring your hands to frame your foot. Let's lengthen our left leg into that half splits. Keeping a flat back here, chest is open, gaze is just out the front of your mat. Feeling into this side now. How's your hamstrings today? One more big breath in, and maybe out the mouth. Let's roll ourselves back forward, picking up that back knee, and we're gonna step it forward into our forward fold. From here, coming into a halfway lift, open your arms again like you have big, open eagle wings, and then exhale as you fold. Inhale as you reach up, going all the way, upward salute, palms touch, and exhale to heart center. We'll inhale our hands back up towards the sky, and exhale to fold forward. Plant your hands, we'll step it back, plank pose. Lower yourself to the earth, maybe chaturanga this time, or baby cobra. And put yourself back into your downward facing dog. From here, plant firmly into your left foot as you begin to lift your right to the sky. Open up your hip here, bend at the knee. And go ahead and look forward again between your hands. You're gonna take a big step up with your right foot in between your hands. Keep your back leg lifted. Bring your hands out in front of you and then push yourself up into an L shape. So maybe you'll stay here just with your fingertips on the earth. This is also a great place for a block. Or if you're feeling balancy, maybe bring your hands out into airplane or eagle wings. Balancing here, taking a breath in, squaring off the hips, squeeze your shoulders together. You can bring your hands to heart center too if that feels better. And with control, lift yourself up. We'll place our left foot to meet our right, planting firmly into that foot now as we lift our right knee into our chest. Taking a second here, maybe rolling out the ankle. We'll get into some more balance now. So go ahead and bring your left hand to your hip. We're gonna open up our knee. Maybe staying here, or if you're feeling, again, balancy and you wanna play, go ahead and bring your right heel over top of your right knee. So we're coming into a standing figure 4. Bring your hands to your heart and go ahead and bend into that left knee. So you're coming into a little squat. So maybe staying here, seeing how this feels in that right hip, big stretch here. Or go ahead and bring your hands down as you fold forward. Again, another great place for a block, which I do not have today, but it is a nice support if you do. From here, just folding down, staying nice and strong in that left leg. And slowly, with control, lifting yourself back up. If you have folded, bringing your hands to heart center and then uncrossing. Let's give it a little shake out here. All right, planting firmly with your feet. Let's inhale our hands up. Exhale to fold. From here, let's bring our hands back behind us, clasping your hands and then pushing both of your hands back, bringing your hands so they're behind your head, opening up in the shoulders here. Big stretch through the pectorals as well, fronts of the shoulders. One more breath and release. We'll inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, plank pose. Go ahead and lower yourself down, whatever variation feels good. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. And when you're ready, planting into your right foot, we'll inhale our left to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Looking between your hands, we're gonna step that left foot forward, keeping that back knee lifted, bringing your hands out in front of you, kicking your foot up into that L shape. So flexing at the foot here, keeping your hips square. If you want to balance here, go ahead and bring your hands to your heart, or maybe open them up in those eagle wings. Hug your belly button into your chest here so your core is strong. Taking a full round of breath, nice and strong in that left leg. And with control, slowly bringing your hands to your heart, we're gonna lift ourselves up, bringing our right foot to meet our left. Awesome. All right, planting firmly into your right foot. We're switching sides. Go ahead and lift your left knee up towards your chest. Squeeze it in. Little twirl of the ankle here. So looking at a point out in front of you that's not moving, that really helps for balance. Something that you can really fix your vision on. So if you're ready now, bring your right hand that is, to your hip, and we'll open up our left knee here. So staying here, feeling that engagement in that left glute. Make sure your shoulders aren't creeping up towards your ear. If you'd like to go further, you can cross that left foot over your right knee, beginning to squat down, bringing your hands to heart center, coming into your standing figure four. So embrace the wobbles and the shakes. If you'd like to begin to fold forward, go ahead and do so, maybe finding a block. So it's in returning again and again through our wobbles and our shakes in life's challenges or in poses where we find strength. So with perseverance and patience comes perspective. All right, one breath here. With control, push into that right foot so you can lift yourself up nice and strong. Again, embrace the shakes and go ahead and release. We'll shake it out here for just a moment. Maybe a cleansing breath in the nose, in through the nose, out the mouth. All right, planting again firmly into your feet. Let's inhale our hands up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Grow your arms wide. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, plank pose. Lower yourself all the way to the mat. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, push it back, downward facing dog. This time, let's walk it forward to the top of the mat. We're in our forward fold. Let's walk our feet out, toes out, heels in to the outer edges of the mat. Lower your hips down, Malasana yogi squat. From here, just maybe moving side to side, bringing your right hand outside the right side of your mat as you push your left hand onto your left knee, open up the chest here, then switch sides, just moving intuitively, really whatever feels good. I'm just getting those inner thighs and those glutes and those hips a little extra stretch. If you want to stay stagnant here in your yogi squat too, that is all good. All right, coming back to center, planting your hands, lift your hips, toes in, and fold. We'll inhale as we reach ourselves all the way up to the sky, and exhale, heart center. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. Garudasana, so planting firmly into your right foot. From here, you're going to lift your left knee up towards your chest. Go ahead and cross that knee over your right. So maybe you're just staying here, or maybe you'd like to bind. So go ahead and you can bring your left foot behind your right calf and bend deeply into the knees. So you're in a squat. This is actually going to help your balance. So we're going to come into our eagle arms now. Open up the chest. Hook your left arm under your left, or your right, that is, bending at the elbows and coming into your variation in arms. So again, bring your elbows up, push your forearms away from you, begin to squat deeply and look at that point of focus, something that's not moving. It's really gonna help your balance here. So even though our limbs are bound here, we're tangled up, this can be a mirror for life's tangles and challenges when we're all twisted up from our struggles. But we can soar above them just like the eagle does. We can see that we are more than our struggles, and we are just the sky that holds them. All right, you've done awesome. Lift yourself up, untwist everything, and bring your hands to your side. Let's shake it out here for a second. Cleansing breath in and out. All right, one little flow before we get into our second side. Inhale your hands up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step it back, plank pose. Lower yourself to the mat. This time, slide your elbows forward. We're coming back into our Sphinx pose. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Feel your heartbeat. We're just slowing things down for a second before we get into our second side there. On your next exhale, go ahead and release. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up, downward facing dog. All right, step it forward all the way, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, wide arms. Exhale to fold. Inhale as you reach up, and exhale to heart center. All right, let's get into our second side. So this time placing your left foot firmly onto the earth, bending at the knee, lifting your right, and then crossing it over, maybe binding here. So tucking your right toes behind your left calf, or maybe you'd like to just stay with your right toes onto the earth here for a little bit of balance too. That is totally okay. Open up your arms nice and wide, and now cross your left arm underneath your right, binding once or twice as you lift your elbows up. So again, the more that you bend and you squat, the easier it's gonna be. But go ahead and embrace the wiggles. If you fall out of it, it's okay. Again, we return and we return again. And in that, we gain strength. So breathe. This breath is steady here. 2 rounds of breath. And inhale as you lift up, untwisting everything. Bring your hands to your sides. We'll take that nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, let's do one more flow before we close here. Inhale your hands up, palms touch. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. We're gonna step it back to our downward facing dog. From here, just pedal it out, pushing into your hands here, feeling that stretch in your last downward facing dog. And when you're ready, you can drop your knees to the mat, big toes to touch. Maybe your knees go wide, send your arms forward, and coming down into Balasana, child's pose. Resting your forehead onto the earth, giving yourself this moment of reverence, of surrender, letting yourself cool down after that dynamic strength building flow. We'll stay here for 10 full deep breaths. And as you breathe, maybe just pondering what Garuda is here to inspire and teach us. And maybe asking yourself, what am I holding on to too tightly that is keeping me from seeing clearly? And can I soften my gaze so that I can look at this moment from a higher perspective? And maybe just allowing for yourself to let go. Let go of the need to always be right. Let go of your opinion being the only one that matters. Because at times when we can get caught up in our own perspective, it can cloud our vision, it can cloud our minds to stay open to what else is readily available to us. For us to be able to learn something new about ourselves and the world. So whatever it might be that you're holding on to, maybe just allowing yourself to unattach from it. To just let go of whatever idea or opinion you have and open yourself up to gain a wider lens. We'll stay in our child's pose for just a moment longer. One more deep breath in, filling yourself up, feeling your belly expand, and exhaling, feeling yourself soften. On your next inhale, you can lift your head and push yourself up, walking your hands back towards you. And we'll find ourselves in a comfortable seat to close our practice together. So I'm coming into Sukhasana, just how we started. I'll invite you to close your eyes down one more time here, bringing your hands somewhere on the body that feels good today. Maybe on your knees, or maybe you'd like to come into prayer pose, Anjali Mudra. Let's take one last full deep breath in together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bowing your chin towards your chest, showing yourself a little love and gratitude for taking this time for you. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here today. I hope you had fun and you're feeling great and energized after all those dynamic balancing poses. And I hope that Garuda has given you some insight and inspiration to be able to open up our lens to see the bigger picture and to see other people's perspectives. So have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.